thought-provoking question, isn't it? Should all news be banned? Of course, the suggestion is preposterous, but if you look at it in the light of the liberal narrative, they're always saying that so-and-so is inciting racial hatred or hate speech or something like that. They're always saying that. But where do these feelings come from? I think these feelings start when the news is reported and they say that, okay, so-and-so committed a terror attack. There was a bunch of shootings in a black community. There was Russian hacking. We're inciting hatred against Russians, inciting fear and suspicion. So every time the news is reported, fear and suspicion is planted. The seeds of fear and suspicion are planted within everybody's minds against certain people, groups, ideologies, places. You see what I mean? So really, who do we blame? Who do we blame for causing the racial divisions? We blame the everyday average news, because the everyday average news is the one that reports what's going on. And we hear that there's shootings in black neighborhoods. That means we're afraid to go there. We hear that there's immigrants causing trouble. Then that means we're going to be turning against immigrants, you know? Things like that. And of course, here the Russians are hacking. Then we're going to turn against the Russians. And you see, there's just the news is polarizing people. Polarize, 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 polarize. And that's where the bitterness is going to start. And that's where the bigotry and racial hatred is going to start, from the news. And then people take in these seeds of all the bad things these people or groups, or based on their religion, ideology, race, location, all these things they take into consideration, and they form negative and prejudiced opinions. So you see, the news, the pure news, is what turns people against each other. So, what does the left have to say about that? And what do you have to say about that? Basically, we have to acknowledge that in this world, throughout different times of history, there are groups of people that have done bad things. There are bad organizations. We just have to admit that. You know, and that doesn't mean that they can't change and be better and be a positive influence in the next generation. But right now, there are certain groups and certain people that do bad things, and that needs to change. So instead of trying to hide the bad things that are going on and make excuses for crime, we need to change it. See, the left wants to hide it and make excuses for crime instead of working to change it and make the future better. So we can learn from the news. Yes, it may turn us against people. Yes, it may, and it will. And sometimes the truth does. But we learn from it, we identify the problems, see what needs fixed, we fix the problems, and we make the world a better place. And that's how the human race has operated for the last 2,000 years. So let's not let the liberals ban our news and keep us in the dark ages. So much for progressivism. Progressivism wants to ban news, ban opinions, ban everything. That's not progressive. That is regressive. So I think now we can say that the Conservative Party is officially the Progressive Party. The left is nuts. All right. Thanks for watching. Let freedom ring.